A AA game refers to a title that's produced with a moderate budget that sits conveniently in the middle between the small budget of indie games and the larger-than-life budgets of AAA games. AA games have been increasing in popularity lately, so it only makes sense for me to tell you all about the games that you should play, right? Welcome to HotFix Gaming, I'm Joy. Without further ado, here are the 15 best AA titles out there that you have got to play. In no particular order, though. Let's start with number 15, Divinity Original Sin. When the first title of the series launched back in 2014, many players immediately hailed it as one of the greatest RPGs of all time. The sequel, Divinity Original Sin 2, merely cemented Larian Studios as the premier RPG game developer in the world. Yes, that Larian Studios who also gave us Baldur's Gate 3. While some RPGs make you feel godly by battling big bosses or making heady choices, the first Divinity Original Sin made it about discovering how you affect the world. It was touted as one of the most rewarding RPG games to come along in years, with quests and combat that made players think hard about their actions and choices. The second game in the series, Divinity Original Sin 2, came out in 2017 and managed to outshine its predecessor with its rewarding combat, powerful story, and a world that feels alive in the way it reacts to you and in the way it goes about its business without you. There are so many options on how you approach combat and scenarios that thinking outside the box is frequently rewarded, because you really do affect the environment around you with your various spells and traps, etc. This series as a whole is ideal for players seeking mature, in-depth role-playing adventures akin to what you'd see in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign. This is the thinking person's RPG, and there is a lot to think about during each game's campaign. And it works really well in multiplayer too. Number 14. Deep Rock Galactic. Dwarves in space. What more could you ask for? Deep Rock Galactic is a co-op shooter about space dwarves, mining, drinking, and blasting aliens across diverse underground levels. You have a variety of explosives to choose from, as well as other heavy weaponry, and you can choose between 4 distinct playable classes. With fast and exciting combat and tons of interesting synergies to find between the classes, you can absolutely have a blast and find success with a level 1 unupgraded dwarf. But there's tons of room to develop your skills and customize your look if you're willing to put in the time. 13. Robocop Rogue City. A love letter from Taeon to the defining films of the 1980s, Robocop Rogue City is a zero-nonsense, first-person shooter that perfectly emulates the shootouts from the 1987 film. Robocop is OP as f***, and blasting through every criminal and thug in Detroit is immensely satisfying. It's not just that the developers have managed to make a wonderfully accurate film version Detroit, but they've also nailed the music and the sound design. With a stellar presentation like that, you really can't say no to this title. 12. Sifu. Sifu by Slowclap was released in February 2022, and it redefines action games with its unique aging mechanic and authentic martial arts combat. As players navigate a revenge quest through a modern cityscape, each defeat ages the protagonist, intertwining strategy with physical prowess. Despite its AA status, Sifu's innovative gameplay, engaging narrative, and distinctive art style have earned widespread acclaim. The game challenges players to master intricate moves, rewarding skill and persistence with a deeply satisfying experience. For those seeking an action-packed journey that breaks from the norm, Sifu delivers a fresh, immersive adventure that really stands out in today's gaming landscape. 11. Another Crab's Treasure. Another Crab's Treasure is a game that takes being a great Souls-like pretty seriously. It's a charming, creative platformer with amazing combat and a good eye for both pretty scenery and silly sight gags. It's probably the most fun anyone could have with a Souls-like. You play as a hermit crab named Krill, who's had his shell stolen by a literal loan shark. So now you have to go on an ocean-wide quest to get it back. What makes this game so charming is Krill himself. He cries, "No, no, 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 no," when you let yourself get hit by an unblockable attack, and cheers whenever you level up, instantly making a crab the most relatable Souls-like protagonist of all time. He's optimistic, sympathetic, and even has a nice little character arc. Number 10. Plague Tale Requiem. Set just 6 months after the events of Innocence, A Plague Tale Requiem continues building on the story of Amicia and Hugo de Rune. Still in the middle of their endless struggle to survive and cure Hugo's blood disease, they'll have to traverse the open fields of southern France in late medieval Europe. With slightly upgraded graphics, new combat mechanics, and a whole new story to tell, this AA game is perfect for players who love games set in medieval times and, have played the previous installments of the franchise. 9. Greedfall. Greedfall developer Spiders has been around for several years, churning out many solid AA role-playing games. Greedfall is one of the newest additions to that RPG lineage, and it's the most high-profile game from Spiders yet. The game puts the players in the shoes of the main character, de Sade, who, alongside his companions, must go to the magical island of Tir-Freddy in search of a cure for the dreadful Malicor plague. Along the way, players will be faced with many challenges, including arduous bosses like Nadegbaro, and obstacles that they'll have to conquer to progress through the story and reach their goal. This is a perfect game if you want to turn back the clock a bit while still experiencing most of the modern conventions of an RPG today. Number 8. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Developed by Ninja Theory and released in 2017, this title manages to successfully combine an engrossing narrative with deep explorations of mental illness, all set against the backdrop of Norse and Celtic mythology. Despite technically being a AA game, Hellblade really does mirror the polish and depth one would expect from a AAA game, and it has been critically acclaimed for its innovative approach to storytelling, character development, and its respectful but accurate portrayal of psychosis. Ninja Theory's collaboration with neuroscientists and individuals experiencing psychosis ensures an authentic representation, further enhanced by the game's pioneering use of binaural audio, creating an immersive and emotionally engaging experience. Number 7. Lies of P. Okay, let's first be clear about this. The game does take plenty of inspiration from the Dark Souls series. However, Lies of P is more than just a mere copy. It's probably one of the best Souls-like titles available on the market today, which offers a relentlessly difficult experience, even for the most skilled players. The combat does take a while to get used to, especially when it comes to parrying, but it is very rewarding when you do get the hang of it. As expected from this genre, Lies of P doesn't pull its punches. It constantly tries to overwhelm the player with relentless enemies, hidden traps, and bosses that may seem impossible to beat. After a few attempts, though, you'll likely start getting into the rhythm of the battle, which is just so satisfying. Number 6. Evil West. This third-person action title is a perfect example of a mid-budget game. Evil West allows players to become vampire hunters and exterminate thousands of monsters either solo or in co-op mode. While the combat is fantastic, the story is not as highly praised. However, it should still be a really fun experience for fans who just want a simple and very violent action game. With plenty of weapons and powerful perks to use, you really can unleash hell on your enemies. Last but not least, the game does have a pretty cool setting. The Old West and vampires? Now that's a pretty unique mixture. Number 5. Stray. In 2022, it looked like everybody was playing Stray. And why wouldn't they? I mean, you get to play as a cute cat who's trying to find his way back to his friends. That is a recipe for a successful and addictive game. And Stray is a good game, even great at times. It has some really well-designed levels. It looks fantastic. The animation is so smooth. I mean, they actually used real-life motion capture cats to do the animation for it. It has an intriguing story, and it does a fairly decent job of making you feel like a cat exploring a new world. If you want a platforming experience, one without a bipedal at the helm, then this game is what you need. Number 4. NieR Automata. Platinum Games have become one of the most respected development teams in the action game genre. NieR Automata might be their greatest game yet. NieR features an interesting mix of gameplay. There are elements of shoot 'em ups, action slasher, and RPG games all rolled into one package. The soundtrack is one of the most striking in recent years, and the story is complex and odd, but that's what helps make it interesting. What's also different about NieR Automata is that the game requires several playthroughs to get the whole story. You can beat it once, but if you're willing to go back through it multiple times, you will be rewarded. Number 3. Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush really came out of nowhere. It was a surprise reveal during an Xbox Developer Direct and was available to play that same night. Hi-Fi Rush is a rhythm action slasher. This game, it feels like a throwback to the PlayStation 2 and OG Xbox days, straight to the point, action-packed romp with no fluff. A video game in its purest form. You can beat Hi-Fi Rush in 8 to 12 hours and feel absolutely satisfied. And at a price point of $30 or available through Xbox Game Pass, this is a game that I would encourage any interested gamer to try. Number 2, Disco Elysium. It's rare when a video game hits you with the kind of writing that a great novel or an award-worthy motion picture drama has, but Disco Elysium is one such game. Zayam Studio, if that's how you say it, has delivered one of the greatest RPG stories in gaming, and they did it on their first try. Set in the fictional city of Revachol, it centers on a detective solving a murder case, offering players unparalleled freedom in character development and decision-making, diverging from traditional combat-focused RPGs. The game's distinctive approach to role-playing, which is kind of based in D&D mechanics, coupled with its exceptional writing, humor, and art style, garnered critical acclaim and a series of prestigious awards. I actually haven't finished playing this one, but I am, close. Number 1. Kena Bridge of Spirits. Kena Bridge of Spirits is a beautiful action-adventure game that captures the heart of what a great AA game can be. This game is a perfect example of what can be achieved with a mid-budget title. In Kena Bridge of Spirits, you play as Kena, a young spirit guide who travels to an abandoned village in search of a sacred mountain shrine. The game's story is engaging, and it's easy to get lost in the game's world thanks to the gorgeous visuals and enchanting soundtrack. The gameplay is a mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. The combat is fast-paced with a wide range of abilities and upgrades to unlock as you progress through the game. There's also plenty of collectibles to find, which encourage exploration and offer some really great rewards. One of the standout features, though, of Kena Bridge of Spirits is its stunning graphics. The game world is it's incredibly detailed, and the characters are beautifully animated. It's clear that the developers put a lot of love and care into every aspect of the game. But what other AA games do you like? Let me know your favorites in the comments section below. And if you enjoy gaming content and want more, make sure to check out the 2 videos linked on screen.